2021. WWE has been in Titan Towers since 1985. So again, you figure WrestleMania 3, the time, Andre would have walked those halls too, and amongst other talents walking through those halls. I mean, it's unbelievable what, again, if walls could talk, man, I mean, just the conversations in that building, the hard conversations of, letting certain people go or bringing people in, the negotiations there. You think of CM Punk, among other things, too. Let's see. The Monday Night War, the Monday Night Wars, the discussions going on there at the Monday Night Wars, business strategy. Okay, what do we do here? What do we do now? What do we do this? What do we do that? The contract negotiations with guys like the Big Show and other talents like Guerrero, Benoit, among many others who have come in that building to for one reason or another. You think of Ronda, there's so many. Again, and I'm going to say it all the time. If those walls could talk, man, I would love to purchase that book. If those walls could talk. Okay, the movie, I did read this already. The movie is expected to happen in early 2021. WWE's been in Titan Towers since 1985. Well, and again, you also think of the Super Bowl commercial. You think of, DX spray painting the building, which is all crock of shit because it was just, stick-on stuff. Anyway, the announcement states WWE's new deal to lease the new space is for 16 and a half years. Then it goes on to saying, quote, additionally, the company expects to sell its owned and operated corporate facility at 1241 East Main Street, exit its leased spaces at 1266 East Main Street, and will evaluate options for its production studio facilities at 88 and 120 Hamilton Avenue based on strategic, operating, and financial considerations. And let's take a look here. Hold on. So I have to go to WWE's new headquarters. Brian Satin had posted pictures of it. Yeah, I mean, I guess cool and all, but it's not the iconic look of the building of Titan Towers with the big WWE logo and the big flag flying and the giant flags flying, I should say. I get growth and all that stuff. I do. But certain things like that, it's like, I almost feel like I would have a hard time letting it go. I would. Yeah, I have no other comment. Other than it is an end of an era. It's like I don't know what the best way to describe it would be. It's like studios moving, you remember, I mean, for those kids, or I should say kids, but people my age, I remember when Nickelodeon was big, and its studios was all decked out, and it fit the personality of the television network. And when they changed it to like all plain and bland, it's like, oh my God, what the hell happened? Yeah, I'm sure financially it's better for WWE, but how hurt how desperate or how much of a disadvantage are they at it with money where, they have to lease this building? I guess you're not dealing with tax and whatnot because it is now you're not owning the building, you're taking the tax away. Property tax, paying for, I don't know, but it's a lease. They're signing a lease. So you're cutting costs, I guess, that way too. I just don't get it. Like, are they really hurting that much for money where it's just like, okay? If you wouldn't sign pardon me for another F-bomb, but if you would stop signing every fucking talent on the face of the earth just for the sake of having them, you're dumping salary away just to keep them from working with other companies so that they could make money, so that they could, do other bigger things. It's ridiculous. And where most of these men or women, you have zero use for them. And I get it from the talent's perspective. Like, they can say that they're a WWE contracted superstar and then they can command more money when either they let go for indie appearances or if they negotiate another contract with, let's say, Impact, AEW, Ring of Honor, MLW, or anything, or again, even in indie booking ratings. You can change your ratings based on the fact that you were a contracted superstar. And more so if you were on TV. You know what I mean? So I get it from their perspective, but a lot of these guys, that's the way to be. And even this generation of wrestlers are going to be coming up. Up until now with AEW, WWE is all you know. WWE is all that you know. You didn't know the Monday Night War. You didn't know the competition that was at hand back in the day. It's hard for them to relate. So it's the only way they know. But the way the business is going, you don't need to be in WWE for the end-all to be-all. You can go anywhere you want. And even on the independents. If you're a lifelong indie worker, it's not like, I wish they would have gotten signed. No, they did things their way. And they made money doing it. They made companies money doing it. So there you go. They lived out their best career. So, end of an era. We have another couple years away for that, but we'll see when that happens. And if they build a podcast studio, which guy would like to do a WWE show. Just because, crapping on you right now for getting rid of that building. Just on a quick note before I take a quick break, I saw this on the public relations page for WWE PR. Let's see. WWE Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon and EVP of Talent, Creative, and Live Events Paul Triple H Levesque donate $1 million to Children's PGH for one-of-a-kind treatment. Children's PGH is the Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. And they're doing good things for charity as well. But you're also you're also taking in and signing and you're not even going to use them. So, we'll see what goes on from here. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. Here we go. Break. Here's the match. And when I come back, we'll talk about a little more WrestleMania season and, in my opinion, lack thereof. And we'll close the show for the night. All right, hang tight. I'll be back. All right, we're back on Open Mic Wrestling Night here Fill in the Void Podcast Network is where you're listening to it. Not live on twitch.tv/Calypso426. Among other outlets here. So, just a couple really quick thoughts here on WrestleMania coming up here. One, it doesn't feel like a WrestleMania season at all, and it hasn't since really the beginning. It feels like just like another Fastlane pay-per-view, except now it's going to be 7 hours. Kind of talked about it at the beginning of the show. The build for most of these matches has been horrible, or it just doesn't feel like WrestleMania. Everything seems to be thrown together last minute. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. Both men's tag titles don't have a match. The women's tag title doesn't have a clear match yet. We're almost 2 weeks out. So the last 2 weeks, these matches are going to be all thrown together with 2, 3 matches, 4 matches, maybe having a big storyline. That's the 2 championship matches, the Universal and WWE Championship. The women's tag, the AJ Styles Orton match, which is the match I'm most looking forward to in WrestleMania so far. That's going to have a decent build. And what's the other one? I can't even think of the fourth one. I did say 4. The women's tag titles, I guess. But neither men's tag title is on. The IC title isn't on, which is another big part of WrestleMania history. So, I don't know. I don't know where you go from here. And then the Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin debacle, where I even posted it on social media, and I'll say it again here. Kurt Angle was at least afforded the opportunity to pick his final matches in Impact. He handpicked his opponents, the guys that he wanted to wrestle, and he got to wrestle them. WWE putting Baron Corbin in that spot where I got the idea in the story where Angle's like, you know what, if I'm going to go out, getting rid of this last thorn on my side, and I can rest easy with my wrestling career. But you look at again, 2 completely different careers. You look at Ric Flair and how he retired. He said, if I'm going to go out, I want to wrestle the best. And I'm wrestling Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. And then that story obviously goes the way it's supposed to go. You look at who else can I think of? You look at Shawn Michaels' retirement. When he accepted the challenge from The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26, if I wrestle you, Taker basically saying, if I wrestle you, your career has to be over. And then Michael says, well, if I can't beat you, I have no career. I think Kurt Angle saying, my last match is going to be against a guy who's been a thorn in my side, is just continuing a feud. It's bullshit. If he is going to be wrestling his final match as a pro wrestler, if Kurt Angle is going to be wrestling his final match as a pro wrestler, he deserves to be in the ring with somebody that he wants to be in the ring with, or that he should be able to select with whatever is available. So whether that be Drew McIntyre again, I would even accept Drew McIntyre, but it's probably going to be Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, but they haven't even officially announced that yet either. Like, you're 2 weeks out and you're not announcing the majority of your matches until 2 weeks out. Like, that's ridiculous. It could be Drew. It could very well be John Cena. The full circle moment where Angle basically debuted him on the main roster. Now Cena gets to retire him.